10 teams will be getting promoted in the EFL this season, and the Championship League 1 and 2. Let's have a go at predicting all 10 of them. Get involved in the comments right now with your 10 names. I need 2 automatics and a playoff winner from the Championship and League 1. Remember, in League 2, I need 3 automatics and a playoff winner. Stay tuned to the end. I've got a prize in mind for one commenter if they can go a perfect 10. Now, given where we are in the season, it looks like there are a few open goals in terms of who's going to win the 3 EFL divisions. Burnley and Leyton Orient have looked a cut above for the longest time now. And with Sheffield Wednesday just having supplanted Plymouth this past weekend, they now look pretty strong favourites. So they're all there already. My 3 champions are the current 3 leaders: Burnley, Sheffield Wednesday and Leyton Orient. In terms of runners-up, it's a case of hanging on in there and finishing the job for Sheffield United and Plymouth Argyle. Can they get themselves over the line, having been up there for the most part all season? I think the Blades will have enough. There's a bit more jeopardy for Plymouth, but if they can get through the next 3 pretty tricky fixtures relatively unscathed, I like their running and I do think they would hold out. League 2 is way more open than the rest, and it's all down to who can have a storming finish. Nobody seems to fancy that when they do get up there. This is going to be my boldest prediction because they're currently 5th. I think that team could be Stockport County. So there you go, my 3 for second place then: Sheffield United, Plymouth Argyle and Stockport County. Before we destroy our brains thinking about the playoffs this early, let's look at our 3rd automatic team in League 2. I know they've been faltering lately, but good win last night, and I think Steve Evans will get Steveange over the line. As you already know, I think they might get overtaken for second, but will still be above the automatic promotion line at the end. Now, things get a hell of a lot more complicated. Playoffs. Now, let's be fair, there's too many moving parts to be purely analytical here. So look, it's a hunch, quite frankly. In the Championship, as of right now, there are still no parachute teams in the 4 playoff spots as we record. I can see that changing on one or more of Norwich, Watford, West Brom getting in there. Loving what Blackburn, Millwall and Luton are all doing with their financial positions, but I would fancy Borough over the 3 of them. For me, right now, it's a question of can Borough beat one of the parachute teams, crikey. Who knows? Go on then, Borough for the Championship playoffs. League 1, on the contrary, I can actually see the current 4 sides in there, being there at the end of the season, unless I've already got second place wrong. You can easily make an argument for any of the sides currently in there actually going through and winning the playoffs. So I'm going to do this purely on the basis of the managers. Some obviously very good up-and-coming 3rd-tier managers at the top of the division, but there's one in there that's been there and done it. So, hate to say this, I'm going to go for Derby, which would, of course, mean heartbreak for my beloved Ipswich, as well as likely Bolton and Barnsley. The League 2 playoff picture is probably the most chaotic and hardest to call. Northampton appear to be trending the wrong way, having been up at the top most of the season. And I do struggle to trust Bradford and Salford's consistency despite their decent resources. Mansfield could well get in there. Sutton would be a lovely wild card and a horrible away leg if you had to go there first in the semis. But let's go with Paul Simpson, who has done brilliantly at Carlisle. I've got them dropping out of the automatics where they are right now. So let's have Carlisle United winning the League 2 playoffs. There it is, my 10 in order to go up from the 3 EFL divisions are Burnley, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth Argyle, Derby County, Leyton Orient, Stockport County, Stevenage and Carlisle United. Get involved then, you lot, in the comments with your 10 picks. And eyes on the prize, if anyone gets 10 out of 10, here we go. I will happily buy you a ticket for the EFL game of your choice on the opening day of next season. How about that? If more than one person manages to do it, I'll be terribly impressed. I'll have to do a random draw. And, guys, I'll only be able to pick from the YouTube comments that don't say edited in brackets next to them. I can see if you've tweaked it. Usual quick trigger warning for those people who want to put a whiny emotional comment crying because I didn't put the team you support in my 10. You can do that if you really want. You are going to look a bit lame if you really believe and not just hope that your team is going up. Then go for it. Stick them in your 10 and get involved in the challenge. You may or may not have noticed that my 10 includes 2 clubs from the fine city of Sheffield. Have a look up here for my take on a potential Steel City promotion double this year in the EFL.